much for making so much effort for me. Wow. Wow. You look amazing.
Thank you. That was nice.
No, you do.
Blushing.
Very sexy.
You look great too.
Thank you so much. You look
all the bling, everything going on.
I'm going to swap. I'll take your shoes and I'll give you all the bling.
Okay.
80,000 people, Wembley Stadium.
I'm so excited.
Are you nervous because you've just come off like the sold out tour? You've been doing arenas everywhere. Do you get nervous?
I think for me, like, we're in the middle of the US tour right now, and we just kind of took a break, like, one day to be here, just because playing Wembley Stadium is a lifetime dream for everybody, you know? And I think that my band and I and the dancers and everybody, when we walk out on stage, we're just going to be probably taking a minute to, like, go, wow.
And I'm thinking, because your schedule was so disgusting, you very rarely get to mingle and have fun with different people. But today, have you looked around and thought, oh, Robbie's dressing room, there's the Wanted, there's whoever, and try to knock and say hi to people? Do you not get a chance?
I haven't gotten a chance today. I want to say hi to Ellie, if she's still here. But yeah, that's the cool thing about these things, especially over in the UK. Everybody's so cool. Like, all the other artists are just really real, and it's always like, you feel like people are rooting for each other. There's not much of a competition factor when you're walking around. Everybody's just like, hey, how are you? Good to see you. Love your music. Hey.
There's some special performances today. You've actually got a special performance too. You're being joined by your mate Ed Sheeran on stage.
So excited.
I'm really excited about this. He's a little charmer. How's the tour been going with him?
It's been amazing. He's on tour with me in the US, and just, I think for both of us, being on tour together and being really close friends, it's the most fun experience you could ever have, because, you know, everybody's always really close on a tour, but if you start out and, like, you're already close, it just makes it like, it makes it less like work having your friends out there. And especially the fact that he's coming out for this was so nice of him, because he didn't have to fly all the way here just to join me for one song. But
hello, if Taylor Swift asks you, you say yes. I saw him tweet. I love this tweet. He was like, is this true? When you guys arrived, he had chicken ready for you guys in your car?
Yeah.
Taylor. That's hilarious.
He's hilarious. He's like, I don't know, I've kind of thought about this before, how he's a strange combination of being like an 8-year-old child and an 80-year-old, because he's like really hilarious and like plays with Legos and stuff, and then he also has the best advice you could ever ask for. So it's kind of the perfect combination of both ends of the spectrum age-wise.
Right, I've got loads of questions from fans at capitalfm.com. They've all been coming through, so let's get a few. SwiftBand13 says, what do you do before you go on stage?
I stretch and I warm up. It's really weird looking, yeah. And I warm up, and I have to do some sort of cardio before I go on stage. Not directly before,
I hope you're not doing
but the same
sit-ups
day.
and crunches and stuff as you're about to go on.
Not as I'm about to go on, but you have to, like, it's more of like a breath control thing. Like, you have to get used to like expanding your breathing capacity so that you can sing and move around and not get out of breath.
Is the stretching anything you can show us now? Like, is it?
Oh, not in this outfit, I can't.
Okay. Stephen says, of all the venues around the world that you performed in, what's your favourite and why?
I have a feeling it's about to be my favorite in about 20 minutes when we go on stage.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be my new favorite.
Okay, Emily says, what's Taylor's #1 rule that a guy has to follow if she goes out with him?
Oh, there's a lot of rules. I don't know. I'm working on a new one, that they have to be a good guy.
You said this last time. When we spoke the last time, because I was talking to you about liking bad boys and hoping that I could change them.
You can't though. So I'm trying really hard to like readjust my perspective instead of going like, oh my god, he's cute, him. No, that does not work, apparently, evidently.
So we've got to look for good guys.
That's the new thing I'm working on.
Good. All right.
Readjusting my choosing skills.
I like it. Okay, Taylor Swift, always lovely to see you. Have a great time at Wembley. Thank you so much.
Taylor Swift recently found herself at the center of attention during an intimate appearance on Capital FM, but this time, it wasn't a new song, a glamorous outfit, or a major career announcement that had fans talking. Instead, it was a simple title, seated comfortably on a minimalist white bench beneath soft studio lighting. Taylor looked elegant and relaxed. She wore a delicate blush pink blouse with intricate detailing down the front, while her signature bangs framed her face perfectly. Behind her, warm fairy lights shimmered against a darker backdrop, creating an atmosphere that felt calm, personal, and almost dreamlike, but the setting quickly became secondary when the conversation took an unexpected turn, during the interview, the Capital FM host casually referred to Taylor as Mrs. Travis Kelce. Rather than correcting the host or brushing off the comment, Taylor smiled, and then she said something that immediately changed the tone of the conversation. She admitted that she actually loved the title. There was a brief pause before Taylor explained that hearing it still felt new to her. She described the feeling as something unfamiliar but deeply meaningful, suggesting that the title carried an emotional significance beyond simply having a different surname. For someone whose name has been recognized around the world for years, the idea of being known through another identity could easily become a complicated subject, but Taylor appeared to approach it differently. She emphasized that being called Mrs. Travis Kelce wasn't about replacing Taylor Swift. Instead, she described it as adding something personal to a life that has spent so much time in the public eye. That distinction seemed important. Taylor has spent years building an extraordinary career under her own name. Her music, songwriting, performances, and public image have all become closely connected to the name Taylor Swift, yet during the interview, she suggested that marriage represents something entirely different, that it isn't a rebranding, that it's a relationship. When the host asked whether she genuinely enjoyed being called Mrs. Kelce, Taylor reportedly nodded and laughed, admitting that she never expected to say something like that during a radio interview. The honesty of the moment seemed to surprise even her. She reflected on how she had spent most of her life building Taylor Swift into a recognizable identity. That identity, she made clear, was still completely hers, but being someone's wife represented another part of her life, something quieter, something more personal, something grounded. Taylor also spoke about the emotional meaning behind hearing the title. Rather than viewing it as a symbol of fame or status, she connected it to commitment and the promises made between two people. For her, the words reportedly brought back memories of exchanging vows and making a promise to choose each other every day. That made the moment feel much deeper than a simple discussion about names. Of course, Taylor couldn't resist adding a little humor. She joked that her friends still simply call her Taylor and that nobody is running around the kitchen dramatically shouting, "Mrs. Kelce." The playful comment brought some laughter into the conversation. Still, Taylor admitted there was something charming about hearing the title used formally. She described it as feeling classic, almost like something from an old movie, and perhaps that was what made the conversation so interesting. It wasn't necessarily about changing her identity. It was about allowing another part of her life to exist alongside everything she had already built. The conversation then moved naturally toward the subject of identity. When asked whether she had ever worried about changing her name, Taylor reportedly dismissed the idea that her identity could be defined by a surname alone. Her sense of self, she explained, comes from much more than a name. It comes from her values, her relationships, her creativity, her experiences, and the person she has become throughout her life. Being known as Mrs. Kelce, therefore, wouldn't erase Taylor Swift. Instead, it would simply add another layer to her story, one that is much more personal than the public image fans have known for years. Perhaps the most emotional part of the conversation came when Taylor reflected on what love feels like to her now. She suggested that she once viewed love as something explosive and dramatic, the kind of feeling that arrives like fireworks, but her perspective has changed. Now, she described happiness as something much steadier, consistency, comfort, being there for each other, choosing each other again and again, and that may explain why the title means so much to her. For Taylor, Mrs. Kelce isn't necessarily about fame, recognition, or changing the name on a headline. It represents commitment. It represents partnership, and, most importantly, it represents a personal chapter that exists beyond the spotlight. When the conversation turned to Travis, Taylor reportedly smiled again and revealed that he sometimes teases her about the title. She even jokingly imitated him saying, "Mrs. Kelce, dinner is served," sending the studio into laughter. But underneath the humor was a more sincere message. She suggested that Travis is proud of their relationship and that marriage has changed the way she sees certain things. As clips from the conversation circulated among fans, viewers quickly focused on Taylor's calm demeanor and the warmth in her voice. Some fans described her as peaceful, others said she appeared genuinely happy, and many noticed the way she spoke about the title, suggesting that it sounded less like a publicity moment and more like something deeply personal. Whether fans see the title as symbolic, romantic, or simply playful, one thing is clear: the conversation captured attention because it offered a glimpse into the more private side of Taylor's life, after years of headlines, stadiums, awards, and global fame. Perhaps the most meaningful part of her story is the part that happens away from the stage, the woman behind the superstar, the wife behind the public figure, and the person discovering what it means to build a life with someone she loves. For Taylor Swift, being called Mrs. Kelce may still feel new.